So this is a school building that was built and operated by the FLDS people for a long time. My understanding is that it was part of a trust fund along with all their other property, including their members' land and homes. And that trust fund was taken over by the state and basically taken away from them through some legal loopholes. And whether it was legal or not is questionable. But since that time, the school has just been run down. We are going to meet with a woman named Christine today. She's invited us here. She has a charity called Voices for Dignity. She uses that to raise funds to help fix things like this so that can be used by the FLDS community again. So we're going to go in. She's going to give us a tour and we can see kind of the way the building looks now and how it's been left to kind of go downhill since the new trust took over. So we'll see if she's still here. Hi, Christine.
You ready?
Yeah.
Come on in.
Thank you.
We have this school building. We're very blessed to have it. The FLDS mothers teach here. This is not a traditional school. This is like a school resource or a homeschool hub.
Okay.
So we call it the school, but it's not really like a public school or a charter school. It's each room has its own purpose and its own people using it. But there's a shortage of classrooms in this town because so many school buildings have been evicted. The Reformed UEP Trust gave this one back to us, Voices for Dignity, for the purpose of providing a place for the FLDS mothers and teachers to teach children. But the school building had a myriad of problems. We have fixed a ton of things, but we have so much left to do.
So it once was a fully functioning school?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was built to be a school and it was a school.
Okay.
It's called the Edson Academy. And, but it's been years and years, so we are trying to, fix it up. And it has, because when we moved here, when we got the school back, all the walls needed patching. They've all been patched and painted. We've tried, just fixing a million things. But let me show you what we still need. Some of these window coverings were on these doors when we got the building back, and the teachers just chose to leave them. Yes, they do believe in the presidents. They do not believe that their prophet is the president. Okay.
Yeah.
They have Donald Trump in here. It's not current. We need Joe Biden in here, but you'll see it is not Warren Jeffs. That is a myth that they believe that Warren Jeffs is the president.
Pretty typical school poster, I'd say.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've had some curriculum donated, so we put the donated curriculum here for the mother teachers, and we're very, we're always trying to encourage the mothers to come, to get free books, free materials, because the church used to help. They used to help with the curriculum, help provide the funds for them to get typical school curriculum. But when all the funds of the church were depleted through the various investigations and problems, then it impacted the ability for people who didn't have much money. We put in a library, which I'm really excited about. It's just one little room, and come on in. Okay, so it's not organized yet. There's no library system like a checkout system. We're just trying to fill it up with appropriate books. If somebody wants to donate books, what we tell them is the FLDS like things that are realistic. They don't like fantasy, things that are not real. So it can be fiction as long as it's realistic. And you'll see there are no talking animals, no crazy children's characters, things like that. We're just started here, but we have tried to put things in kind of general categories. So we need volunteers.
And room for more, right? We've
got room for more.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you can see how our organizing system is very primitive. We put parenting up there, and
But it's not what I would call a church library.
Oh no, not at all.
It's just a regular school library.
It's just what we want to do is promote the love of reading.
Yeah.
So they have to have materials to read. But we have a lot of old classic books. We've got Hardy Boys, Nancy Drew. Yeah, we just don't want to give, books that are like Clifford the Big Red Dog, or
Right.
Harry Potter.
Kind of like make-believe stuff.
Make believe.
Yeah.
Right? This is already being used. It's just take a book and bring it back. That's it.
Yeah.
There's no checkout system, but we don't care. If
Right.
they steal it, they must have wanted it. Good.
Right.
It's going to be read.
Right, yep.
So that's great.
We're allowed 10 students per class, so it's small, so they can get the help they need. And we're very fortunate to be able to rent the space, and we really could use some help with repairs.
So from the state's perspective, this is homeschooling.
It's homeschooling, but it's state funded.
I see. Okay. Okay. And so you're able to use this building for your own family's education as well, and other families will use it as
Yeah,
well?
I mostly teach my grandchildren and then my brother and sister's children.
Oh, okay. So what are some of the things that you feel like you're lacking that would really make a big difference?
Hot water. There's some like sheetrock repairs and
I noticed is it a wood burning stove in the hallway?
uh-huh.
That's the source for heat for the whole building, is that right?
Yes, as you see, I use an oil
Oh,
pour.
right.
I just shut my doors when it's on. And
The program that she does is a micro school. So this is her class.
I see.
Not every class has the same program.
I see. Okay.
So she does make a little money doing this as a teacher, but the teachers that are not doing that program, they don't make money.
Is the funding that comes from the state to a micro school, is it only specific in what it will help fund, such as materials, or will it assist with repairs or anything like
they
that?
provide the computers and the workbooks
Okay.
and the program.
So
Right.
Christine, you're trying to create a space
For these,
that's appropriate, for the teachers and the kids, but none of that, you don't get any funds from the state?
none
Okay.
whatsoever. And I'm very happy to have Catherine here. I mean, she just keeps her class so nice. It looks so beautiful, and whenever I walk by, you hear all the voices of the happy children. So what are some of the educational things that you do? Can you explain?
We do Lexi, which is English, phonics, spelling, reading, and we do math. We have a math program that's really well, and they can do Khan Academy, so they can learn bilanguage. Anything is at their fingertips.
And I noticed you had some art supplies out over there.
Yeah, we do painting.
Right.
We want a never-ending supply of paint and glitter and
I'm
glue.
just
and
waiting for my first check so I can go buy a bunch of paint I found for a good deal. So
Oh, that's good. Anyway, Catherine has really helped this whole school building, and we're thrilled to have her here. So what do you say to people who say, well, the FLDS don't educate their children?
some might not, but most of us do. And I'm here trying to help some of those that were having a hard time.
That's right.
Because sometimes children don't respond real well to their mothers, but they will better to their grandmother or to someone else.
Right. So that's what we're trying to facilitate, education, and give her, like, she shouldn't have to worry about anything but teaching these children.
Right.
So we have problems with the plumbing, we have leaks, we don't have central air or heating, we have, the floors are not great in many cases, we don't have a playground yet. And I'll just show you some of the things that we need fixed that we do not have the funds for.
Okay, that'd be great. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
This is not the first time I've done this. All right,
Nor me.
come on in. Okay, so we did paint this. This was horrendous. So we painted it, volunteers came, and so that's decent. But look here, in this stall, there's no door, and there's no toilet, but there is an interesting place to sit if you choose. Okay. So, I have to tell you, there have been some volunteer groups that have really changed so much for us. We couldn't have even got this far without volunteers. We've had FLDS volunteers, we've had volunteers from the outside, and a lot. Usually what we do is try to mix them together. Now here we have a computer lab This is based on refurbished computers provided by Gary Taylor. So she's doing her thing and she's got her stuff and she apologizes for whatever. But
So these are donated computers, is that right?
yes, they are. And so we also have donated speakers. We need webcams. Yeah, we need help. It's primitive right now, but it is being used. Proof. In my dreams, we would have all these door frames fixed, and we'll get there. We will get there. We had a lot of educational posters donated, and what we did is we let the mother teachers in the various classrooms come and take any posters that they wanted. We're very grateful for this. And then we also invited FLDS from around the state, the southern part of Utah, to come and get a lot of educational supplies before the school year. So a lot of this, we had a lot more and it's been given away. So we have, some more notebooks and file folders. We have educational resource books and pocket charts, notebooks, some paper, but you have dozens of children being educated. This is not very much paper.
Right.
We need paint. We do have some glue sticks and these kinds of things. But again, the FLDS have been through so much, starting homes in other places, using up all their resources just for survival. What we didn't want is for their educational opportunities to diminish because they didn't have any funds left. So anything we can do to try to facilitate that would be great.
So at one time, this was fully funded by the members of the church itself.
Yeah.
Right. And the supplies and everything were taken care of. But now you have not only less FLDS population, but the funds that they once had in that trust have all been taken.
True.
Okay.
Although the different school buildings were handled in different ways. This, for example, this was a family school.
Okay.
So with a lot of and generally speaking, nowadays the teachers pay no matter which. There's 3 FLDS schools left. They're small, and the teachers have to rent the rooms. Right. Then the parents pay the teachers.
I see. Okay.
Okay, but that's not what happens here. They do have to rent the rooms for a little. Like $80, but the parents don't pay. Okay, let's go to the stairs. Close this. Here we have a science lab, but the science lab is more appropriate for the high school age children. So we had younger children downstairs, and then we have the beginning of our science lab. Okay, so we're excited about it. We have real microscopes, we have, weights and chemicals and vials and so on. Again, everything donated out of the kindness of people's hearts. And we have an amusing and terrifying. Okay, so we need a little more money. Add that to the list.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, because, right, that has to be fixed. Okay, so before paint, let's start with this. Okay. All right. Now here we have a room for geography, but this room is it's about to start.
These desks that were here, or they were
These were donated.
Donated? Okay.
These were donated. I'm so excited to tell you this. These desks were donated from the Colorado City Elementary School.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. So both schools pitched in for us.
Yeah, that's great.
And Southern Utah University pitched in the library shelves and all the shelving. And then they also pitched in a lot of laptops, which we use, which I didn't show. And we have another need. Right above you.
Oh, yeah. Is that water damage, you suppose, or?
Yeah, I think so. So if you stand under here, and we can wait and assess the damage once it falls on your. No, I'm kidding.
There's, and obviously a place for another stove if there were a stove
that
up
would
here.
be great. What we're recommending is people to get their own oil core heaters so they don't have to monkey with real
Yeah,
fire.
right.
Okay, so we can use it, but I'd rather not.
Yeah.
You know. So we're not going to go into each of the individual classrooms, but all the classrooms are being used one way or another. Zion. We'll see the word Zion in a lot of places.
And we've seen it above doors of homes. And we're assuming that that is kind of an indication that an FLDS family still lives there.
Yes, sometimes when people leave the church, they take their Zion sign and put it upside down.
Oh.
Other people just take it off.
And their culture seems to be self-sufficient and independent, and they're not ones to ask for help or
That's
handouts,
so true.
even if it's needed, right?
That's exactly what I've seen. You know, it does make me feel good to get the donations from the outside because I feel it sends a message to the FLDS that you are welcome. I get so much out of it. I get happiness out of it, out of helping them, that I don't want to act like, you know, we're colonizing them and we're trying to, you know, force them to be our way, and we're providing things so that we can change their culture. So that's why I don't have any problem with them, you know, teaching what they want to teach.
Yes.
They usually have a picture of their prophet in their classrooms. Great. If that's where they feel comfortable and that's what they believe, you know, it's not going to stop you from learning to read or learning math and science, and you know, so.
Yeah, and everything we've seen here, it's not what I would call a church school, meaning I'm not seeing anything that's specific about they're just teaching religion all day or teaching out of scripture all day. I mean, these are regular academic books.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, this needs to be a drinking fountain. We don't have central heating and air, but there is a way. Where there's a will, there's a way.